Welcome to yet another Casual Clicks in the Gauntlet. As we're dwindling down the rounds, we're going to play the Dr. Fantastic Four team yet again in what I hope to be their last round 2 matchup as well. I won't take too much of a look into this team because it's the same team that you've seen for, I think, 3 matches now. Dr. Fantastic, Super Rare Wolverine, Rare Thing, and Human Torch. Human Torch, of course, being here for taxi service for Dr. Fantastic. And Dr. Fantastic, we are paying at 10 extra points that I really should deactivate these Doom bots. I wanted to actually take a look at the Frightful Four team that is making their mini Gauntlet debut here. And really go over what I think I realized where I went wrong in the last game using Carnage as part of the team. I think I did not capitalize enough on Claw's energy shield deflection trait, and I got it too close with Carnage. Of course, not being able to use that +2 to his defense, and instead I'm going a different route. What I remember what worked in the first game that these 3 played in, which was Wizard, Claw, and Medusa, was that Medusa was kind of leading the charge ahead of the Frightful Four. That way she could repel any melee attackers, close combat attackers from coming in, because as you know, anyone coming in within 4 squares of her, thanks to her, the malevolent mane of Madame Medusa, she gets plasticity, giant reach. 4 opposing characters within 4 squares and line of fire consider Medusa adjacent for the purpose of breaking away. It's kind of a way to slow down and tie up close combat characters, and I thought it was really effective in keeping them at bay and letting Claw and Wizard, kind of do their thing from behind her. And in the first matchup, they had Sandman, so my thinking was that they needed a boost in damage because Sandman doesn't do as much damage as Carnage. But then after reevaluating it, I realized that I think I just need to stick to a ranged strategy and add Trapster. Trapster, of course, having 3 targets, 6 range. Hopefully he can keep some of these Fantastic Four characters locked down with his Incapacitate, while letting Claw, Wizard, and Medusa do their thing. And I did assemble a sideline for the Form the New Frightful Four, which, since looking at this team, we're not going to switch out. We're going to go with the ranged strategy as opposed to the close combat strategy that had Carnage, Living Laser, Hydro Man, and Sandman. But maybe we'll get to see them later on in a more refined version of the Frightful Four. For now, we're going to stick to the range strategy and see how that works out against Dr. Fantastic's Fantastic Four. So here we go. So here we got the game underway. And after seeing the map, I actually made a roster change with Frightful Four. No big deal. It's part of the Wizards. Not the Wizard. I keep calling him the Wizard. Just going to call him Wizard. That's his name. Wizard's trait, Form the New Frightful Four, which lets him at the beginning of the game. You may replace up to 4 friendly characters with the same number of characters from your sideline under starting clicks. All replacement and replaced characters must have the Frightful Four keyword and different names. The total points of the replacement characters can't exceed the total points of the replaced characters. A lot of stuff. Essentially lets me swap out characters as long as they have similar point costs going in and out, and different names, more or less summarized. I'll cover the team right now. Last match I noticed some of my objects floating around with those die rolls, so I added a little box there that I'm going to try to throw my dice into. And excuse the map. This map is very well folded by WizKids. I believe it's the Deadpool Fast Forces map. Let me see. Yes, the Mall Indoor Deadpool Fast Forces. It's got a lot of walls, and that was actually the reason why I switched out Frightful Four team. Too many walls might hinder Trapster, Wizard, and claw with their lines of fire. And since we may need to get into close combat, I figured why not bring in Aquaman, Sandman, wait, not Aquaman, Hydro Man, Carnage, to replace those three, and keep Wizard because of his leadership. Fantastic Four won the roll-off. They got initiative. Here's their deployment roll. For those just tuning into the Gauntlet, I do use the HeroClix solo rules for the first 2 rounds. I always make sure to link those somewhere in the video. If not, feel free to go through my content and look for the solo play rules. I used the version 2.0, the one I updated myself. And we got unrestricted operations, so that means we're going to act how we want to act. Let's find some good cover. So I realized this starting area is kind of weird. It has different rooms. I hadn't seen that. I had set them up how I usually set them up, and maybe I should have paid a little more attention to the map choice, but that's fine. I'm actually going to use this now to use this as a teachable moment, in that I always typically tend to set up the same, which is try to have my characters in the center of the starting area, especially since most starting areas are very similar in that they occupy these squares here. All the way over here. I always like to center them as much as possible. That way I have to cover less ground getting towards my opponent. Very valuable on a team like this that has 2 close combat attackers out of the 4. Because that means that, you know, if I have a lot less ground to cover than, say, if I were to put them there, and my opponent were to set up his figures over here, I feel like the opponent would have a lot more space to maneuver. And that's more ground for me to cover. Not good with melee characters or close combat characters. So let's get this moving here. Oh, I forgot to generate that Alicia Grimm. Let's go on to the Frightful Four. I'm going to put the Frightful Four back to where they were before I forget. Let's do the deployment roll.
Frontline firepower, but again, at their 75 points, they haven't really been hindered too much by the solo play rules, which is, I guess, ideal or more beneficial for them. Gives them a slight advantage over what I think is a more well-built Fantastic Four team. We'll find out, though. I could be wrong. We're going to roll for leadership with Wizard. Doesn't get it. So this Frightful Four combination relies on... I don't want to say relies, but it does depend on Hydro-Man and Sandman's traits, providing -1 damage to the opponents when they attack one or more characters with the Frightful Four keyword. Should increase their longevity. Hopefully, enough for them to be able to use their Doom team ability, or Minions of Doom team ability. Well, at least Sandman and Wizard, which are the two characters that have it. So, I set them up like this. In order to get Wizard to carry Sandman and place the other two as close as possible, of course, on the closer edge of their starting area towards the opponent, since they have 4 range on Hydro-Man, 0 range on Carnage, 4 range on Sandman. Wizard's the only one with a decent range, but he will be playing the support role here, which is not bad though. Not a bad thing to be doing. Dr. Fantastic has a very good attack angle here, as you can see. He is able to see in part of that indoor terrain, which is where the Frightful Four are housed. So we're going to play this safely. Going back to the Fantastic Four, here comes their deployment roll. Frontline firepower. They got to start off with Dr. Fantastic. Oh, before I move on, Wizard is going to perplex Hydro-Man's... should it be Hydro-Man? No, Sandman's defense by +1. So this Fantastic Four team, limited to only 3 actions a turn. I've been looking to see if I can get into options to get leadership somewhere in there. And, you know, maybe they don't even need it, to be honest. But it wouldn't hurt to look into it. We're going to set the thing up for... to draw them out. Or, in the very least, maybe get a huge attack next turn. Sidestep with Alicia. So there is a wall housing the Frightful Four in here. So this little area here is a room in itself, this checkered area. Whereas this one is kind of, I guess, the main hall. You got your decorative plants, water feature. So Thing is safe behind the wall for now. They have to go around or attack through it, which is fine because Dr. Fantastic is going to use Perplex both times on the Thing's defense to make sure that he lives to tell the tale. And I think I'm just going to clear everyone else. Next turn, I'm hoping the Thing can get an attack off. I would like for Wolverine to do something similar. And I need to conserve my actions. That means that, unfortunately, Dr. Fantastic... And see, this is what I was talking about, like where leadership may or may not help this team. I may just need to be patient with it and hope they don't hit the Thing. And they don't have enough range to hit anyone else. Here comes a deployment roll for the Frightful Four. Frontline firepower. Won't affect them. Let's roll for leadership with Wizard. Failed. I'm going to generate Smoke Cloud with Sandman. So once he generates that smoke cloud, after resolutions, he can use Quake at no cost, but may also target any opposing characters occupying or adjacent to his hindering markers, regardless of adjacency. And since he's only going to have one target, he'll be able to do the Quake for his full damage value. Which is 3. However, I am going to use Wizard's Perplex. If I don't perplex his attack, I need a 9. But he'll hit for 2. If I do use Perplex, he'll need an 8. And he'll hit for 1. I'm going to go for the 9 and 2. I already have to get a high roll. I'd rather get the bigger payoff with the high roll. So he used Smoke Cloud. After resolutions, he's going to use Quake. And of course, I would have used Wizard's Perplex before he generated that Smoke Cloud, just to do things in the right order. And he misses. I'm going to clear them, because I want to take as many actions as possible once I am engaged in combat with the Fantastic Four. Leaving them free this turn will allow me to be able to use some of them twice consecutively. turn after turn. Here's the Fantastic Four's deployment. 3-1 conservative tactics. Oh, so that puts a damper in their plan as the Thing has a token. He can't take an action. Non-free action, anyway. Now they have to readjust, which is fine. Well, I mean, it really isn't, but... Dr. Fantastic is going to perplex Human Torch's speed up by +1. And the Thing's defense up by +1. Positioning them like this forces them to get past Human Torch first. Either they're going to have to waste 2 attacks on him thanks to his stop click, or go around him, and that's fine because then they're just going to be in close combat with Wolverine. Dr. Fantastic is hanging back because he has really all of this to himself with his range. And the Thing can't take an action, so he's just going to clear. And Alicia Grimm is closer, within 4 squares to the Frightful Four, so the Thing can get those buffs off of her. Rolling for Frightful Four, unrestricted operations. No surprise there. Let's roll for leadership with Wizard. He gets it. We may see the full might of the Frightful Four this turn. I'm debating how important it is to knock out Alicia Grimm without an attack, because her trait says when she is KO'd by an opponent's attack. If I knock her out with poison, that's a different story. Question is Hydro Man worth wasting 1 attack on Alicia Grimm for? I think it may be. I think it may be a good idea to do that. It would generate some smoke cloud, which would give Wolverine -1 attack if he tries to fight his way in. I can use smoke cloud again with Sandman so he can do a quake. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Hydro Man, special power, drawn on dry land, poison smoke cloud. When Hydro Man uses smoke cloud, he generates water markers instead. And after resolutions, he can use poison at no cost and considers opposing characters occupying his water markers adjacent for poison. Since he hasn't moved, we'll activate poison. moved or placed. But he does need a token though. Where are the tokens? There we go. After resolutions, he can use Quake at no cost, but may also target any opposing characters occupying or adjacent to his hindering markers, regardless of adjacency. So here we go. We're going to make that attack 12 with Wizard. Obviously, use the Perplex before he uses Smoke Cloud. Turn his attack to 12, use Smoke Cloud, activate that second part. Wanted to make sure he got that Wolverine, and he did. And Human Torch has line of fire to him. I may just use a Theme Team prob right here. Human Torch will take 1 pushing damage if he does. Afterwards, total of 3, which would put him on his stop click. I don't think I want to do that. I want to force them to attack him. If I don't, Wolverine will take 1. He won't get knocked back because he does have charge. Human Torch, though, will get knocked back. And I'm not going to give up this position. Going back to the Fantastic Four, doing their deployment role. Unrestricted operations. Wolverine is going to use Sidestep. Dr. Fantastic is going to perplex Wolverine's attack up by +1 and his own damage value +1. He's going to use Charge, Flurry, Blades. He's got a 12 attack, so Wolverine is going to target Wizard. Here comes the first attack. It hits. Wizard is going to use a Theme Team prob on that. Still hits. So he does 3 damage. And Sandman's unique modifier, opposing characters modify damage -1 when making close attack. A close attack that targets a friendly character. So he's going to take 1 because he's got toughness. And here comes the second attack. That hits. And again, another 1. In the very least, I knocked him off of that leadership outwit ridiculous power he has. And now that Wolverine hit, the thing can also use Flurry. Dr. Fantastic, now that he has 3 damage, will take a range action to destroy a wall. The water marker, of course, is still there, but I'm just moving it out of the way. So he is going to get -1 for being in that quote-unquote smoke cloud. Water cloud? Vapor cloud. But he can still use Flurry. Which at an 11 attack, I think I don't know. I'm just going to go for the object attack. Go all in. He's got shape change. Fails. Here comes the roll. Because the rocks come into your face. Disregard. Wow, that's going to be a hit. If I let it go through, he'll hit for 5, 4 with the modifier, and if he fails impervious, he'll only take 2. That's not bad. I'll do that. Here comes the impervious roll. Takes 2. Human Torch here using Sidestep. There we go. Frightful Four. Deployment roll. Doesn't affect them. They lost leadership, so they can only take 3 actions now. Carnage is going to get some payback. Is there something I could do beforehand, though? There is not. Oh, remember that Wizard has that trait. Friendly characters with the Frightful Four keyword within range and line of fire have protected outwit. And he has He's within range and line of fire to all his teammates, so I wasn't able to use Outwit with Dr. Fantastic. So I was banking a lot on that Perplex, Super Strength, Object Attack. Can't poison Wolverine because he has toughness, so let's just shred him then. Make a Blades attack with Carnage. He's got 11 attack. Ooh, that's a critical hit. Wolverine. It's nice knowing you, buddy. Four minus toughness is 3. Doesn't get knocked back. Thanks to his charge. Gonna try to sidestep away with Wizard carrying Sandman. Fails the breakaway. Sidestep. Trying to get him away from Wolverine so he can use his range combat expert to the following turns, or maybe even this turn, but there goes that plan down the drain. Hydro Man has not been used yet, has not moved or been placed. So now I'm going to use Poison. Actually, let's do this. Since they have to be occupying the markers, not like Sandman. That will allow me to poison these two, since they now occupy his water markers. Puts Human Torch on his last click, on his stop click. Wolverine has to be one of his last clicks. He's on regeneration. Didn't even have to roll for an attack, as he had combat reflexes, so I didn't want to chance it there. Now it seems more favorable. However, that 12 attack flurry blades is staring me right in the face, and I think I need to push either Wizard or Sandman. Maybe Sandman? Well, you know what? Wizard has the higher attack value. So I'm going to push Wizard as the third attack, or the third action of the turn. They're only allowed 3 since they lost leadership. And here goes. 11 attack, 16 defense. Oh, he got a 4. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to use a theme team prob. Push poor Sandman. Okay. Here comes Wizard's attack yet again. Oh, he barely got it. 2 damage was just enough to knock Wolverine out. Let me give him his pushing damage too. Oh, but you know what? Minions of Doom, when this character KOs a standard opposing character, after resolutions, he'll 1-click on a friendly character using this team ability. Don't really care about Wizard, so I'm going to give the heal back to this guy here. So he's back to where he started. Wolverine gets placed in recovery. I don't stay down easy trait. When Wolverine would be KO'd except by this trait, instead put him on this card with 4 healing tokens. Let's find those healing tokens. I'm going to keep him in the shot so we don't forget to count down our poor Wolverine. I didn't even finish reading this. At the beginning of your turn, remove a healing token. So next turn he'll have 3. When you remove the last one, place him on the map on click number 6 within 4 squares of a friendly character with a Fantastic Four keyword. If I can't, KO him, protected pulse wave. Okay, so he is out, but he is recovering. Going down to 3. Well, you know what? Oh man, I keep forgetting about this. I keep putting the Human Torch down to his last click, but he always somehow manages to heal himself back up. I need to pay attention to that. So here's the deployment roll for the Fantastic Four. Frontline firepower. Dr. Fantastic does not have line of fire to anyone except for his friendlies. So he's not going to do anything. The thing here, the theme seems kind of lackluster without Alicia Grimm. Frightful Four had a devious way to get rid of her, putting the Fantastic Four in a rough spot here. So, gonna use free action sidestep. Dr. Fantastic will use his Perplex twice, once on the thing's damage and once on Human Torch's damage. So sad that that's not going to be a thing anymore. The thing has to attack first. Here we go. He's got shape change and he gets it. That's terrible. Human Torch is going to use Ranged Combat Expert to increase his attack twice. Brings his attack to 12. Going to target the Wizard. Going to target Wizard. He needs an 8. And he gets it. Kind of a Hail Mary there. But can't use any theme teams because everyone has 2 action tokens. Just Gonna toss the losers over there. I don't know I'm saying anymore. That's one of the good things about Human Torch is he's already taken a quake attack, a poison damage. He's healed himself 1. He's did 3 damage to Wizard. You know, for 40 points, that's stop click. That's where it's at. So now Dr. Fantastic is free to use Outwit without having to deal with Wizard. Oh, you know what? Wizard survives, actually. Wizard survives. I forgot that trait Hydro Man has. Makes him deal 1 less damage, so he's actually on his last click. Which is a shame because I wanted to heal Human Torch with Minions of Doom team abilities. He's a wild card. Can copy it off of Dr. Fantastic. However, Trapster. What am I doing? It's not Trapster. This schmo over here. Ugh, still in a rough spot. Deployment roll for the Frightful Four. Here we go. Oh, I gotta give him his tokens back. Oh. As far as game events, no one has been KO'd. So no one gets brought back, and they get unrestricted operations. Yet again. Surprise, surprise. No more leadership. Let's use Carnage. Wizard will perplex his attack up to 12. Let him use charge blades against the thing. That's a hit. I don't want to use anything team probs, so he's just going to roll for blades. And that's terrible. Does no damage. Sandman does have sidestep, but he's relatively safe there. I mean, the Fantastic Four are the ones that kind of have to push because the Frightful Four are 75 points up and they just have to defend. And by push, I mean push the line. Going back to the Fantastic Four, let's do the deployment roll. Frontline finesse. Human Torch no longer has line of fire to Wizard. Which is fine. I'll just have him slowly back up. I'm going to have to move Dr. Fantastic. Gonna have to be a little risky with my positioning there with Dr. Fantastic and kind of expose him. Just to try to... in case I need to keep that threat on them, which is the outwit, as soon as we can get rid of Wizard. For now, he's going to keep using Perplex twice on the thing's defense. Hopefully he can survive long enough to bring Wolverine, let Wolverine heal and recover. Going back to the Frightful Four. Yet again. Wizard is going to perplex Sandman's damage up by +1. He's going to make a close attack targeting the thing. Oh man, he needs a 10. I think it may be easier to just start attacking Dr. Fantastic over there. Yeah, so instead let's perplex Sandman's attack up by +1. And he's going to use Quake. I'm going to try to knock out Human Torch this turn. You know what? I'm going to do this the other way around. Use Hydro Man first. Oh, he's out of reach this time. That means he's going to need to use Charge. That's fine. We'll stick to the original plan. Just really trying to do some damage on Human Torch. If I get anyone else with like a critical hit, great. Okay. Human Torch. I mean, he does need a 7. Is that worth using a Theme Team Prob on? I think it may be. So let's do that. Actually, you know, he's got 11 attack. I did perplex it with Wizard, which is fine, because I need a 6. Still doable. And that's a miss. So now Wizard has to use the last Theme Team Prob they have. Oh. No matter what I do, It seems that Human Torch always finds a way to escape my clutches. Now he's out of charge range. Seems like I should have attacked with Hydro Man first. Going to use charge attacking the thing. I mean, is that necessary? Yeah, let's get him out there. 11 attack, 18 defense. No, 20 defense. Needs a 9. I don't start chipping away at them, Wolverine's going to come back and just cause more problems. Oh, he missed by 1. Here comes a deployment roll for the Fantastic Four. 6 and a 2. Unrestricted operations. Dr. Fantastic is going to use Perplex on the Thing's damage and Human Torch's damage. We'll start with Thing attacking first. 11 attack, targeting Carnage. Fails a shape change. Needs a 7. Gets a 6 instead. Human Torch, running shot, targeting. Let's do this. He's going to get the +1 anyway. May as well have an option. So he's going to target Hydro Man first, who has shape change, and he gets it. So he's going to retarget to Carnage, who also has shape change and also gets it. Dr. Fantastic is going to outwit that poison power that Hydro Man has. Let's not deal with that. Deployment orders for the Frightful Four. 5 and a 2. Let's try to take out the Thing now. Perplex Carnage deep attack up by +1. It's going to make a Blaze attack against Thing. The Thing. That's a hit. The Thing takes 1. His rocky hide saves the day. Let's push Sandman. Kind of want to get rid of that Human Torch, but yeah, let's do that. I don't want him to be around when Wolverine comes back, and then I KO him and he heals Wolverine 1. He's going to try to break away sidestep first. Gets it. Making a Quake attack. And that's terrible. He just needed a 6 to knock out Human Torch. Be done with him. Hydro Man is going to make an attack on the Thing. 11 attack, 18 defense. He needs a 7. That's a 7. Slowly chipping away at the Thing's rocky exterior. Water beats rock. Now that it's Fantastic Four's turn again, Wolverine removes the last healing token. So when I remove the last one, place him on the map on click number 6. You know, I just realized this Wolverine doesn't have the Fantastic Four team ability. So Human Torch should not have been able to heal. Or should he? What does the Fantastic Four team ability say? No, they have to be using that team ability too. So technically, he should be knocked out. I'm going to give Sandman here the attack. Just to be done with him. That would have healed the Thing. Unless he had died or been KO'd before. So yeah, I'm going to put the Thing back because I'm pretty sure he should have been KO'd before the Thing took any damage. Okay, so Wolverine, place him on click number 6 within 4 squares of our friendly character with the Fantastic Four keyword. Why not? going to use regeneration with him. Oh, you know what? Dr. Fantastic should have also generated those Doombots when they targeted their probability control rows. I had so focused on Outwit and Perplex, I forgot about probability control. Okay, so everything up until this point had been played legitimately. This is where the time stream diverged and created an alternate future, which is the real future. I think it's this one that we're going to play through. So I got to rethink that, because if I use Theme Team Probability Control with Wizard, I'll give them a Doombot, which the Frightful Four seem equipped to kind of handle. Sandman has Quake to hit multiples. Hydro-Man has Poison. Doombots only have Toughness on their first click. Even Wizard can get in on the action against these things. And I think Wizard right now is a key piece that we don't want harmed. And so we're still going to use it. So Dr. Fantastic says, when a friendly character is targeted by an opponent's Outwit, Perplex, or Probability Control, after resolutions, you may generate a 005 Doombot. And if I generate it, I have to place them adjacent to Dr. Fantastic. Which is great, because these things fly. And Dr. Fantastic could use a little hand getting around. So, I mean, it's after resolutions, but whatever. Got excited there. Wolverine. We're still making his first attack on his flurry charge against the Wizard. Not the Wizard. Wizard. So let's re-roll. As the Theme Team Prob forces us to re-roll. That's a hit. With knockback as well. Hydro-Man would be a good candidate for the Theme Team Prob. But I don't want to tie my entire team up just trying to save Wizard. So let's roll for the first blade's damage. Oh. -1 for, is it Sandman's trait? Yes. And he has toughness, so he'll take 4. He's still up and running with TK Mind Control. Is that Mind Control something we want bothering us later? Them using Wolverine against me?
Then again, that Carnage is looking pretty deadly with that Blades. This Frightful Four team's pretty good. Okay, so second attack, I'll make it against Carnage. He's got shape change. Wolverine's making his second flurry attack. Oh. That's a hit. Carnage has super senses. That's a fail. And this is Wolverine's Blades roll. Carnage will take 2. I have to say, the Frightful Four here is playing like a very comically accurate team. WizKids has been doing some pretty stellar jobs with some of these dial designs. Just seeing the Frightful Four in action, and then, having time to think about what went wrong, what I needed to redo to get this back in action. I was thinking that Sandman and Hydro-Man don't do enough damage. If I feel for 75 points, they should be able to do more damage. But considering they have some pretty decent support powers in these smoke clouds, water terrains, poison, quake, they can take a couple of hits themselves as well with invulnerability, shape change, and all this kind of stuff scattered throughout, just bogging the Fantastic Four down as as Hydro-Man or Sandman would do in a comic book. And, okay, so one difference would be Carnage would probably be let loose somewhere trying to kill something, but Wizards got him on a tight leash here. Okay, so this is more or less where things started going haywire. And I think we're back on track with unrestricted operations. In the previous timeline, Dr. Fantastic had perplexed his own damage, which is still perplexed. But this actually leaves them free to make a ranged attack. So, because this Doombot was generated, he can use Running Shot to move up 1 and destroy that wall, or as much as he needs to anyway. And that will allow Dr. Fantastic to make an attack. Or the other way, because Dr. Fantastic can't really move right now. So it may be more beneficial to destroy the wall with Dr. Fantastic. They have the same stats right now because Dr. Fantastic perplexes damage up to 3. And the Doombot starts with 10 attack and 3 damage. However, that would take up all 3 actions. Without leadership, that's not something we want to do. So we're still going to destroy the wall. That way the thing can go in there and make an attack. Which will allow the thing who's carrying this rock, for all we know, could be his brother.
And it's going to make an attack on Sandman. Oh, before he makes that charge attack. Oh no, I had already used their perplexes. Okay, so the thing, 11 attack, shape change, and he got it. And Human Torch sidesteps. Towards a safer area. Here's a deployment roll. 5 and 3. Doesn't matter to them. They're villains. They don't care. Carnage is going to make an attack against Wolverine using blades, claws, fangs, as I'm sure he has all three. Let's perplex his Wolverine's defense down -1. Let's make sure we get that hit. And it hits. Wizard has perplex, by the way. Hits for 5. Wolverine's adamantium skeleton reduces that by 1. Wolverine is not happy with that 12 attack. 3 damage. Blades. Flurry. So we gotta knock him out. Well, actually, you know what? Hydro Man here has poison. This puts Wolverine on his, what I believe is his last click. And Hydro Man, since he has Indomitable, will make an attack on Wolverine. That's a hit. Let's note that Wolverine still met the same fate. Does that just prove that he is a menace that needs to be dealt with? Oh, well, you know what? I have a Theme Team prob. I mean, he only needs... Yeah, I'm not going to use it otherwise, so I may as well use it now. Force that reroll. That's even worse. So in the end, Wolverine still meant the same demise. Okay, well, let's give him a token. I don't want to push these two. The leader has Perplex on that, and Sandman, I think maybe still on his first click, should be able to hold off the thing for a while. Let's do the deployment roll for the Fantastic Four. 6 and a 3, okay. Okay, so this is the turn that if this were a real competitive game, if I was playing as a Fantastic Four team, I would need to be very aggressive this turn to try to match them in points. Otherwise, they can just keep playing defensively and guard those 75 points until time runs out. I mean, yeah, Wolverine will come back, but I mean, if they're able to offset all that damage you're able to do to them, they're still going to win by 75 points. And they seem to be doing a pretty good job of that. So I'm going to have to be a little risky here. Use Doombot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. So he has running shot. He can reach. What I'm trying to do is use energy explosion, targeting Hydro Man, which will of course also deal 2 damage to Wizard and Carnage, because I believe we can knock Wizard out if we're lucky. So Dr. Fantastic is going to use his Perplex twice. Stretching his brain to his limit. Perplex Doombot's attack up by 2. Doombot then activates Running Shot, targeting Hydro Man with a 12 attack. Energy Explosion. Make them regret giving me that, Doombot. Oh. I just saw something. It may be better to target Wizard and give him +1 speed, because he has Shape Change. So if he dodges that attack, there goes my... I don't know, what do you call that? A gambit? Anyways, Doombot reprioritizing or reprogramming. Instead, he'll get +1 speed so he can make the flight. I don't know. Target Wizard. Only getting +1 attack, which is a shame because Wizard... Oh, well, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I'm going to use Energy Explosion, because don't they get reduced by -1? Because of Hydro Man. Modified damage -1. Okay, so let's just make a regular attack then. He still had to get the +1 speed so he can make so he can draw a line of fire to him, and he's getting +1 attack. Wizard, so that's his 11 attack. Wizard has a 17 defense with energy shield deflection, so, and he's also in hindering terrain, as I just saw. Man, nothing is going their way, huh? Okay, so let's take that back then. Let's just use Human Torch. I mean, he already has Range Combat Expert. sidestep. Okay, Human Torch is going to use Range Combat Expert and do +1 to his attack and damage. And Dr. Fantastic will use his Perplex Power, targeting Human Torch twice on his attack. So that's 13 attack. To Wizard's 20 defense. He needs a 7. That's a hit. Now, how much does the Frightful Four value Wizard? If not just that, the points as well. That the hard work that they just put in to try to save. To knock out Wolverine and build a little fortified wall of water and sand and blades. I mean, if I don't put it, I'm going to put it on Wizard. Otherwise, you know, I don't want to live under the thumb of Dr. Fantastic. Sandman here. No, wait, I'm sorry. Human Torch here. Has to reroll. Oh, and don't forget, we're generating a Doombot as well. That's a miss. Dr. Fantastic is going to use a Theme Team Prob. They're down to 2. Oh, that's a miss. Saw that circling around. And the thing is going to make a close attack. Still carrying that object. Against Sandman, who gets shape change again. Forgot about Wolverine here. Deployment roll for the Frightful Four. They don't care. They're going to do what they want, when they want. Now see, so this is the part I was talking about. If this was an actual timed match, I'd only have a certain amount of time to try to get those points back before the Fantastic Four loses. Essentially I could just barricade myself there for the rest of the game and slowly pull back to protect Wizard. Oh, let's get that Doombot. The Doombot is actually Dr. Doom, but he's standing in for a Doombot. You know the drill. And so here, yeah, I think, you know what? I'm going to just slowly chip away and pull back. So that's Sandman's Smoke Cloud Power. What is it called? Sand Blast. Sure. He gets to use Quake. That's what I wanted to do. So let's use it. That's a hit. Okay, well, the Doombots both took a damage. Human Torch got put on his last click. The others prevent at least or reduce at least 2 damage. It's going to use Charge Blades. Wizard will perplex his attack up by +1. That's a hit. Takes 3. He's got Sidestep, 10 attack, Energy Explosion. Let's just do a straight up attack against Carnage. Not Dr. Doom, the Doombot. The Dr. Doom Doombot. Oh, you know what? No, I need to place him there. Don't want to get that -1 from that smoke cloud. So here, I'll perplex his attack up. What does he have? 10 attack. Perplexing his attack up by 2. Carnage has shape change. Here's the attack roll. Carnage has super senses. Takes 2. I should keep track of how much damage those traits have been reducing. Here is the Frightful Four deployment roll. He's going to use charge, targeting Dr. Fantastic. Let's bring his damage up by 1. Wizard had Perplex. I'll use Perplex on his damage. Hydro Man will use charge. 11 attack, 4 damage. He needs a 7. And Dr. Fantastic has Impervious. That's a hit. I'm going to use a theme team prob. Oh wait, do they even have the keyword? They do not. Oh well. So Hydro Man, I mean, I could still put it on the thing. Yeah, let's do that. Hydro Man, making that reroll. Still a hit. Dr. Fantastic has Impervious. Just realized I'd been leaving out the die rolls. And Feld is Impervious. So he takes 2. Kind of hoping we will get to see the might of Franklin Galactus. So Wizard carried Sandman over here. That way, he has lines of fire blocked from a Doombot. He will have to kind of go mano a mano against Human Torch. Can't really do much about that. Or actually, no, you know, I'm trying to position him so that he can see everyone, so they won't be the target of Outwit. That's okay. I mean, I'll rely on his... We still have one team prob, and he has energy shield deflection, so unless they're going to get in close. So here we go. Fantastic Four. Deployment roll. Wolverine is down to 1 healing token, but they just rolled aggressive tactics. So the Doombot has to take an action, and so does the Thing, and no one else can take any non-free actions. So not the greatest result. We can still use free actions. The Thing is going to try to break away, sidestep, needs a 6. Nope. So then he'll just attack Carnage, who has shape change. That's a hit. So Carnage takes 2. Well, actually, he takes 1. That trait is something else. The Doombot's going to try to break away, sidestep, fails. And he needs to make the attack. So unless he gets a critical hit, it's going to push and knock him out. Dr. Fantastic is going to use Perplex on himself twice. Perplexing his defense. Frightful Four. I should just not roll with him anymore. They're going to do what they want. Let's get this done here. Carnage versus the Thing. Happening now. Casual Clickson. Thanks for tuning in. That's a fail. Wizard. And I just saw that that's the game actually. Gonna make Hydro Man use his special power, Drown on Dry Land, to poison Human Torch and Doombots out of existence. Putting the Fantastic Four what I feel too far behind for a more well-built Frightful Four. And hey, their Gauntlet worked out in the end, I guess.
Yes, I know. I could have probably played it until the end, but honestly, the Frightful Four were just working too well together. I don't think I would have given Dr. Fantastic the ability, the opportunity, more like it, to create that Franklin Galactus. Regardless, this match did help me see that this team is very dependent on a Wolverine, that trait for him to grant flurry to other members of the Fantastic Four. And as you saw, as soon as Wolverine got nullified, unfortunately the Thing wasn't able to produce enough damage to take down Sandman and Hydro Man without Alicia Masters, because she got poisoned, and without Wolverine, because he kept getting knocked out. And so there was definitely not a lot of cohesiveness with that Fantastic Four team, which is odd because up until this match, they had been doing the best. And again, maybe that just goes to show that the Frightful Four mini gauntlet worked, because I had a smaller selection of characters, so it's easier for me to see which pieces work well together, as opposed to the Fantastic Four, where I have an expansive collection of them. So definitely stay tuned to see what's coming up with the Gauntlet. Remember that I do have a live stream coming up on March 6th at 1 p.m. Not only am I doing a live stream, but I am also doing a giveaway during the live stream, and I'm going to reveal the way the Fantastic Four teams are going to match up against each other in the final rounds of the Gauntlet. So as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.